And we are live. Welcome to this edition of Wealthy Wednesday. It is going to be fire. It's going to knock your socks off. So you better have your notepads and your thinking cap on and ready to ask some questions. So, really quick, my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional. And really, it's my crusade to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth. And I specialize in helping business owners, teaching business owners with 0 to 50 employees to actually do that, to implement that, so they can build that legacy and create generational wealth and multi-generational wealth. Because, we already have had generational poverty. And I think about it this way. It's not really just about us. It's about our children and our precious grandchildren. What is the legacy that we want to leave? And what is the impact that we want to leave on this earth? And so, with that being said, today's not about me, however, it is about my incredible guest speaker. And I'm telling you, if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, a networker, multi-level marketing, if you're just a social butterfly and you want to get to know more people, absolutely today is going to be wonderful, and be prepared because she will take questions from all of you. So grab your pen, grab your paper, get a cup of coffee, and also tag a friend, invite somebody who wants to know how to up level their networking game. So without further ado, I'm going to bring to you, she is a business acceleration coach, international speaker, and best-selling author. Please give it up and welcome Miss LaDonna McGabby. Whoop, whoop.
Woo-hoo! Thank you so much for having me here today, Leah.
It is my pleasure, and I've got my notepad. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I'm here. I'm going to be taking notes. I'm going to be learning too, right along with you.
So, is everyone ready to figure out how to connect and make money? That's what I'm here for today, Leah.
Nice, nice. Well, tell us a little bit about you and how you got into this incredible career.
You know what? Life is a journey, and we either accept it and love it or be scared of it. And why be scared of it? Because we are human and we are super, and the good Lord above's given us everything we need. So
Right.
with that said, about 19 years ago, before then I've always been a marketer, sold something, owned my own businesses. I was a teacher, um, so many things. My favorite thing was being a wife to my high school sweetheart. We met at 15, married at 18, 41 plus years. Here we are today. I
Beautiful.
know it doesn't happen every day, but it can happen. And then years later, we had our two beautiful daughters, which has blessed us with four beautiful grandchildren. I loved being a wife. I loved being a mom. I absolutely love being a mamaw and a granny. That's just the way it is. But right in the midst of all this, about 19 years ago, my oldest daughter comes downstairs and says, Mom, tears are falling. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm pregnant. And guess what? I said the same thing we always say is we will take care of it. We will handle it as a family like we do everything. And you know what? In October, that precious boy is going to be 19 years old.
Wow.
And it has been a journey. So I decided with my husband that I needed to come back home and stop teaching and sell our restaurant and, you know, do what we needed to do for our daughter and our grandson at the time. We didn't know he was a son, but yes, the grandson that was going to come. So I did. So we were sitting around one day and I said, you know what? I've got to do something. The house is clean, everything's done. So I started selling things around the house, Leah. And then eventually that became a business. And
Wow.
it became bigger and bigger. And me and baby could do it together. And I had this huge e-commerce business for over 20 years. And that blossomed into my second business, how to build their business strategically and keep empowering it each and every day because they have a strong foundation.
That is so awesome. And I love that you were able, well, number one, you made a decision to make, to make the adjustments that you needed to. I'm sure that those were not easy decisions, but we know that our precious grandchildren are our treasures, and we want to be there to support our children. I know for me, when I was raising my kids, I didn't have a lot of the grandparent support. And so that's why it's so critical for me that I'm there for I only have one, I want more, but my precious grandson, to do whatever I can to support my daughter when she wants to go and, go to the gym and, take some time off for her. And he's really fortunate though. We have a lot of grandparents. We even have a great grandparent around. So I absolutely love that. Yes. I just took him to go visit her. I picked him up from kindergarten. His first days of school were last week, and I was able to pick him up on Friday. He got out of school early, and I asked him, "Okay, mijos, what do you want to do?" And he's like, "I don't know." I said, "Okay, well, let's go get something to eat." And then we were driving, and he said, "Oh, I wonder if little Nani is home." I said, "You know what? Let's go see her." So isn't that so adorable? We went to go see. I gave him really carte blanche. What do you want to do? And he wanted to go visit his little Nani. So we had a great little time there. But our grandchildren. Listen, I could talk all day about my grandson. I'm sure you can too.
My
I'm like, I've
youngest
got four kids. I've only have
yes,
one. Come on, guys,
yes,
let's get
and
the
the
ball rolling.
youngest, yes, the youngest is 5, and he just started kindergarten on Friday. I wanted to be happy for him, but I was sad for me.
I hear you. We treasure those moments. But today's not the grandparent show. It really is. So, but I love that. I just, anytime someone brings up their grandkids, it's just where my heart is. But today is going to be talking about networking. And I would love for you, LaDonna, is like if somebody is, let's start with somebody who's new to networking. Maybe they've just become an entrepreneur. Maybe they're considering leaving their career, or maybe they want to start a side hustle. What are some steps that somebody who's just getting into this? And I know the game has changed. Now we're all over social media. Everybody's got a show, a podcast, doing shorts and all that. So it could be overwhelming. So if somebody is just getting started, what are a couple things that they can do and some things that they can, take some action on like right now?
Absolutely. I love that question, and it's a great question for me. I'm that low key Southern hospitality girl that loves to keep it simple.
Good.
If it's not simple, I don't want to do it anymore. Leah, I have just decided simple is best. And you know what? It's great if you know how to social media and all of that. I get it. We all have to have it. But keep it simple and keep it authentic. There's so many secrets in connecting. First of all, open your mouth and start talking. Sometimes that's harder than what you think, Leah.
Right.
Simply start talking. I coach women every day that is scared to talk. Live, virtual, whatever it may be, they don't like doing it to people they don't know. Get outside of your comfort zone just a little bit every day and talk to a complete stranger if that scares you. And you know what's so easy is doing it virtually, because what's the worst thing they can do? Not talk to you? Well, there's millions of other people on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. I could go on and on. There's so many platforms out there today. Pick someone and start talking, because it'll keep growing. Your one will become 50 to 100 to hundreds to thousands of people you can chat with about what you are doing. For me, I love to connect with other people. I can talk to any stranger on the street and I'm good. But others, they cringe about doing it. So open your mouth and talk. and talk about your business. And why I say talk about your business and not just your grandchildren and not just about your favorite coffee, because you want to find those people that have something in common with your business. They have to know you, like you, and trust you before they really want to dig deep into what you have to offer. So never start with, you know what, I sell wooden pencils and I need you to buy 100 of them today. No, you're just going to start talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about so that you can find out how you can help them. It's not about you, it's about them. And a lot of people forget that. Keep it simple, talk to people, find out how you can help them. And no matter what business you're in, I promise you, I can find a way for you to help them. Think outside the box.
Yeah, that's so, so good. My first video, I kid you not, I did not want to do video. My mentor had been telling me you need to do video. I'm like, I don't like taking pictures, let alone doing video, let alone doing it live. Are you kidding me? And my business partner, Patrick, he literally got on his cell phone and he said, okay, Leah, you're going to do this. Just introduce yourself. And this is literally my first video. I'm going to repost it pretty soon here so people can see. It's literally, hi, my name is Leah Garcia and I sell insurance. I mean, that's literally what I said, right? And I leave it there because a lot of people might have the inkling to delete that. I leave it there because I want to prove that we all start somewhere. I knew that I was going to do this. I knew that it was something I had to do. And I love talking to people. I just don't necessarily want to be on video camera and doing all of these things. But I want to show people the evolution. Look at, now I've got this Wealthy Wednesday. It's going to become a podcast. I mean, I've got all these speakers. I have probably 7 speakers pending and I'm booked through September. And I'm not saying that for you to think anything about me. Is I want you to understand I started with, hi, my name is Leah Garcia and I sell insurance, which is like the worst thing to say. Like none of it was good. My hair was like the whole thing was weird. So just start regardless of where you are. Even if you think, gosh, my hair isn't right or this is the wrong outfit. Nobody cares. I promise you, they are more concerned about how they look than they are about how we look. And that's just the bottom line. I don't know. That's my thoughts. What do you think about that, LaDonna?
It really is, Leah. And you know what? It comes back to that word, authentic. People want to know, especially in today's world with all the AI technology, who is this woman? Who is she? Is it a real woman or is she a robot? Does she really, if she's in her 50s, why does she look 25? Well, some women have it, most don't. But you know, AI can polish up so many things. But when it comes to being authentic, you want to be real. People want to see you with your grandchildren. They want to see you working in your flower beds. They want to see you out, mowing the yard, out to dinner with your husband. They want to see that you are human and that you have more to offer them than just insurance. Not that insurance is not important, but they want to know they can talk to Leah about her grandson. She has a daughter. Just from what this few seconds I've spent with Leah today, I now know she had a daughter. Now she has a grandson. Now she sells insurance. Hey, she has a business partner. I just picked all that up by 5 minutes we've been doing this. By listening. It's all about listening.
That is so great. Wow. What a great point. And we have some people who have joined us. I want to say hello. Shout out to my amazing cariño, Margaret Martinez. And she is truly an example of really just doing it. She got on, I met her through a LinkedIn audio room, and we're going to touch on that. But I met her through a LinkedIn audio room, and I just gravitated towards her. And she was really putting herself out there as a single mom, trying to figure out this entrepreneur. And she was in the process, but she did it even though she didn't have it all figured out. And that's the difference. Done beats perfect. And now she's hosting incredible events where she has 50 to 100, sometimes hundreds of people attending, and she's having a huge impact, not just on herself and her family, but on the LinkedIn community. She's bringing people together. I mean, look at that. Just by having, we call it 5 seconds of courage. You know, if you listen to Mel Robbins, she talks about the high five habit, and I love that. But literally, you only just need a few seconds of courage to do it. And that can absolutely be transformational, because I believe that all of our gifts on the other side of what we fear most.
Absolutely. You are, one of my very, very favorite clients, a client is a lady that helps people over 50, women. And when her and I got together, she said, I am not doing lives. I am not doing lives. And do you know she does lives every day now? Every single day she's on Facebook doing lives.
Right.
You know what I remind people? Go back at least once a month. Go back to where you started, like your first or second video, no matter how long it was, and look at you today. Go back to a video today and see how much you have improved.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much you've improved. And you can give yourself a pat on the back, a high five, get you an extra cup of coffee. You know what? It's a win. It's a win in every kind of life, no matter what you're selling, no matter what kind of service you have. And you know what? Connecting starts at home. It's not just in the business world. You have to connect to your daughter, right? You have to connect to your grandson. You need to connect with your partner, your spouse, your baker. Connection is key in every relationship. So you're always connecting, because then you want to start networking, and then it just keeps building. It's the foundation of every household and every business.
Man, that is so deep. That is so, so deep. I was studying a podcast, an Ed Mylett episode that he just did recently, and he was talking about connecting. And really, that's really the point that he brought up, is that when we're doing this networking thing and we're building our business and all of those things, which are wonderful, what we don't realize is that this is going to transfer into all areas of our life. And I talk about, our faith, our family, our finance, our fitness, our fun, even into our philanthropic abilities, right? The ability to communicate is really the infrastructure of everything. If we cannot have a great communication with our children, how significant is that relationship going to be? I mean, they're not going to want to spend time with you. It's just so core. Gosh, it's so good. And Miss Margaret Martinez says, Leah Garcia equals success. Well, you know what? I'm in the process, right? I am in the process, but I am so blessed to know people like Margaret Martinez and so many others that I have met on LinkedIn. People talk about all these other, platforms, and they're wonderful. I'm sure they're all great, but I'm saying LinkedIn has been transformational in my life, like literally in my life, let alone my business. And I can't even quantify the people that I have met, what they've poured into me. And look at this relationship with LaDonna. I mean, she's so giving, and I just really appreciate that. But it comes from being willing to start communicating. And you're right, Margaret Martinez, communication is key in all relationships. It is. It doesn't matter how we feel. If we cannot express our feelings properly, then we lose that. That's why I don't like text messages. People use text message almost to replace communication. And I think so much could get lost in that. They can't hear your tonality, your enthusiasm, your voice inflection, you're pausing. So I really, communication is so key. So I love that you said that. I kind of went on a little bit of a rant there.
Well, two things that you said, Leah, is when you said about texting and sending messages through Facebook Messenger or LinkedIn or your phone, we have to remember those words have no personality whatsoever. So you can say something and you're saying it very politely, and someone else can take it very wrong and flip it upside down. And I've had that happen.
Yeah.
I just don't want to, unless it's just a couple of words.
Right.
I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to think that communication is only talking. It's expressing. It's your body language. It's your face expression. And it's listening.
Yeah.
I have one daughter. I need to listen to her and watch her, because I can get on her wrong side very quickly if I don't. It's just the truth, because she has a different personality than I do. Right. I have to treat her like I'm talking to my husband. So I wonder how she got that. I don't know. But then my other one is more like, she's more like, I can just talk to her and she doesn't take it anyway, and we can communicate fine. But everyone needs something different is what I'm trying to get across. So smile, nod, use your hands if that's what you do. Don't fake it. You do it as you authentically, but show up in your conversation.
Yeah, that's so great. And I love that you mentioned the hand talker, because I'm definitely a hand talker. And I've had people, when I first started doing videos, that was the first criticism I got was, you use your hands too much. Stop moving your hands. And I thought, well, you know what? That's just my personality. So if that is not resonating with you, then probably I'm not the right vibe for you, right? And I'm okay with that. I'm not the perfect person for everybody, but I know I'm the right person for the right person. So I absolutely love that. So now let's kind of upgrade now. Somebody who has been on social media, they've done some things, they've kind of mucked it up a little bit, they're test driving it, and now they're ready to take it to that next level. What are some things that they need to think about? What are maybe some tips, some biggest, best practices, some biggest errors that people have made? Maybe give us 2 or 3 tips for somebody who's, they've got to test drove it a little bit, and they're wanting to get to that next level.
Absolutely. And I love these questions, because I've known people, I've served people, I've helped people, I've talked to people, mentored people, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. Communication and teaching is new people just starting business, people that are thinking about starting a business, people that have been in business for 25 plus years. It all comes back to the same. Have your strong foundation. That's connecting, networking, collaboration. Connecting, we've talked about. Open your mouth, start communicating, but you have to do a little bit more. In your conversation, you want to be able to figure out, how can I help them? Which we touched on. How can I help them? Because if you talk too much, then you're not letting them talk. And now I cannot find out that your name is Leah. You have a daughter. You have a grandson. You have a Nana. You have all these people in your bubble. So listen. Then because you have to start networking with these people to really bring it home. And I have found, and this is the reason I started the business I'm in now with my e-commerce business, is I found out that people do not know how to connect, network, and collaborate. They think they do, but they really don't. It's different than being a softball mom or a PTO president. It's different. You really have to find out how you can help the other person, and how to get them to trust you, like you, know you, so that they can wrap arms with you. So networking is finding out what their needs are and what they want in the time frame they want. And you use the word mucked it up. How much is it mucked up? What is it that hole they're trying to get out of? What is that next step they're trying to climb? So if Leah came to me and said, you know what, I haven't had a client, let's just say a new client in 3 months. And LaDonna, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. What am I doing wrong? Well, the first thing I would do is come back to Leah and say, well, okay, you're telling me you haven't had a new client in 3 months. So what has changed? Well, I've had to watch my grandson more. I hear that. Or I've been really sick. I hear that. Or you know what? I just really haven't felt the energy like I used to. Are you making your calls? You need to call people. And you know what? People think that this bling bling pink thing weighs 500 pounds and you're scared to get on it and call people. But guess what? People still like to be called. They just do. If you can't reach them through LinkedIn Messenger, if you can't reach them by Facebook Messenger, whatever it is, pick up the phone and call them, because maybe they just don't check their messages all day, every day like I do. This is my full-time job. So I do this every day, all day long, like a real job. Everyone does not do that. So you got to think outside that box. Okay, why are they not calling me back? Well, guess what? You have to do it to keep your business going. And you have to strategize. Are you doing enough lives? Are you doing enough podcasts? Are you posting? Because if you're not posting, you're missing clients. Because how are they going to know about you? I used to tell people that I used to train in the e-commerce business. If you have all of these things to sell, let's say your grandmother's china's in a box and you want to sell it. Well, if you haven't untaped the box, taken the china out of the box, taken pictures of it, put descriptions to it, and post it somewhere, how in the world are people going to know you exist and you have china for sale? So it's the same thing with your insurance business, or if you're selling red ink pens, or if you're selling Mercedes. It does not matter. People have to know what it is that you do, but you have to do it strategically. What do they want? What do they need? And how can I help them?
Yeah, that's so true. I know one of my mentors said this to me years ago when I got into the industry, and he said, people have one radio station that they're tuned into every single day, all day long. WIIFM. What's in it for me? So people want to know, really, when you're talking to people, you think that you're there trying to sell them this pin and tell them how sexy this pin is, and they don't care. Right? They don't care. They want to know about themselves. They want to know that you see them, you hear them. One thing I love to do is to look at their LinkedIn profile. I'm usually connected with people on LinkedIn, but whatever their social media is. And I look for something usually at the bottom of their bio where they think that most people don't read. That's usually where people sprinkle some things that are a little bit more personal, or I look through like their post to try to find something that resonates with me, that just kind of sticks out, and then make a comment about that personally, because that shows them that I'm truly interested in them and not just spamming a bunch of people. I'm just not sending out random messages to everybody and say, come buy my pin.
Exactly. Like your first video. Hi, I'm Leah Garcia. I sell insurance. Nobody wants to know that. Your name, sure. Not that you sell insurance. I doubt
Yeah.
oh, hey, Leah, come and sell me insurance.
No, I got no calls. I don't think I got any likes. I might have liked. I don't even think I watched it. I mean, to tell you the truth, I've never even watched it since. I know that's what I said. So maybe I said something else, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure that's all I said in that whole video. But
Yes,
yeah.
but all we have to remember, it's not about what we're selling or giving or or whatever. It's about them. Everything's on them. Let me wrap my arms around you, even if it's virtually. Let me do it. I send my clients real cards in the mail. I thank people for letting me talk with them. If I know, if I see, let's say I connect and I see that it's your birthday tomorrow, I'll make sure if I see it, I'm going to comment happy birthday or send a little cake emoji. Get them involved in your life, because that's what people need today. They need joy. They need happiness. Everyone's scared of the economy. Everyone's scared of everything right now. And people want laughter in their life, trust. There's so much untrust out in our world today, people think.
Yeah.
But there are millions of people just like me that want to make other people feel joy, feel happy.
Yeah.
I'm here to give. I don't always sell something to someone, but I'm always giving. Always.
Ooh, that's so good. I love that. We don't always have to make a sale to give. We can give our time. We can give a connection. We can give them some advice. We can give them a link to look at or something to study or refer them to somebody else. That is excellent. And Margaret says, very informative, ladies. Thank you so much. How to communicate properly. Yeah, so critical. And one thing I will say, and I'm glad that Margaret is here, because for me, I really also believe it's about the edification of the other person when at all possible. One of the reasons I enjoy doing this is because I love to edify other people. It's something I enjoy doing. It's just I don't have any rationale behind it. And I'll tell you, somebody who is really the absolute, like, if you want to learn how to edify people, study Margaret Martinez. She's incredible in the LinkedIn audio rooms. She has done coffee chats with, I'm going to say everyone, but there's a billion people on LinkedIn. So I'm pretty sure it's not everyone on LinkedIn. But if you have come into her space, if she's seen you, she's going to want to do a coffee chat with you. She's going to learn more about you. And she is so incredible at edifying every single person as they come into the room. And I think that is so huge, because we all want to be seen. We all want to be recognized. And, we don't often hear people say wonderful things about us. What do we hear? We hear, gosh, you didn't do this right. And oh my goodness, your boss only recognizes you when you show up late, or, usually your spouse or your significant other, or maybe even your children, they'll say, oh, wow, mom, that's an incredible dinner. Or what a wonderful, thank you for picking me up. Or, we don't get that often. So when you can learn how to humble yourself and pour into someone else, I think that's where the secret sauce is. And I think it's so invisible, and it's something that will really set you apart, because most people don't do it.
Absolutely. And I tell people every day, I love to smile. It's just something that now, this is not the 30-year-old LaDonna. This is the LaDonna today. I've learned the hard way. Smile, be happy, and be blessed for everything I have. And I don't think about the things I don't have, because I have been blessed. And I tell people, a smile can help another person in so many ways. And you never know when the last time they smiled. And you may just get them to smile by just smiling. And it's free. It costs you nothing. Nothing. Just smile.
Yeah. And all of you know, if you've watched me, you know that free is one of my favorite F words. So there's that. So now what if somebody is, they feel like they've got it going on, they've got 5, 10,000 followers and they're getting engagement and all these kinds of things. What is that next level, or is there a next level? Do you kind of top out? I have no idea because I'm not there, but do you feel like there is a place where you kind of like, okay, it's too many people, we don't want anybody else? Like, what do you think about that?
You know what? I don't think that there's ever a person on this earth that says, you know what, I have enough money, I have enough clients, I don't want any more money, I don't want any more clients. I mean, look at all the billion and billionaires in the world. They're still out making money doing something. Even if their physical bodies aren't, they're out there doing stocks, they're trading, they're doing something, still creating money. So I don't think there's ever a top out. One thing is that a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs and MLM people, it does not matter what you're doing out there, is the collaboration. And so many people do not know what a true collaboration is. So if Leah and she starts sending people my way, that's great. That's a part of networking. But what if Leah calls and says, you know what? I have a podcast and I would really love for you to be on it. Guess what? We have started a collaboration now because she is starting getting me seen, me heard. She's going to continue to send people my way, but now people are putting a face with my name. If people contact her later and said, you know what, I watched that podcast, now I can't find it. Who was that crazy woman in the pink top talking about, listening, opening your mouth and talking? Now she's going to start doing that. The next thing, maybe Leah and I will do an event one day together. Again, that is collaboration. And I tell people collaboration is like you have your chocolate cupcake with that creamy chocolate frosting, and now you get to put all the rainbow sprinkles on top. Your collaboration is the rainbow sprinkles on top, because now Leah has become a part of my business. She is helping me grow my business and create more income for me and my family.
Yeah, that's so. Well, you said something that I love, which is we could never have too much money. I totally agree with that. Listen, my mentor is a billionaire and he's 72 years old. He is still working. Now, with that being said, it becomes some people might think it's about the money. It really isn't. This is where I think people are a little bit off. The really wealthy people that I know, and I'm talking about deca mega millionaires and billionaires, they do it for the love of the game. They do it because they love to give back. They do it
That's it.
because they are so good at what they've mastered that they want to teach others that skill. He doesn't need any more money. Listen, he set up his Rockefeller Trust. His his wealth is going for 10 generations guaranteed because he has funded his trust. And that's incredible. And I love that. However, he's still here training and developing us because he feels that it's done such amazing things for him and his family that he wants to give back. So I love that you said that.
Yes.
But I want to know why are people so off when it comes to collaboration, or why do they shy away from collaborating?
I think part of it is that they truly don't understand the differences in networking and collaboration and networking and JV partners. I mean, there's a lot of different names for different steps. A lot of people think they know they're doing it, but they're not really doing it. They're still stuck in the networking. And that's
Mm,
great. You have to continue to network. Do not get me wrong. You have to continue to do that, just like you have to continue to connect. You have to continue to network. But if you do not scale it up and help others by collaboration, you're missing a part of the cupcake, and that is your sprinkles. And I feel like it's my job, my blessings, to train as many people as I can on the different ways of how to collaborate. And again, no matter what you're selling, no matter what your service is, I can find a way to help you collaborate. I mean, it's like a fairy in my head. It just happens. It just happens. And one thing you said about wealth, and we talked about that, is that I hear a lot, and I'm not a genius on this by no means, because I do not have my family set up for 10 generations. I'm working on it, but it's not there yet. Is that I'll hear people say, well, all these actors and actresses and professional football players and hockey players, whatever, these big time people that make all this money. Well, they don't even, why do they keep doing it? Well, really look at, if you have more money, you can help more people that need it. And if you look around, you may not like a certain football player or a hockey player or a basketball player or the president or whatever it is. Really look at how much, not all of them probably don't, but the majority of them donate to different charities, different families, different people in need. And then their time, like you said, your mentor, he gives his time. Yeah. That's money. That's his time. That's his bread and butter. He doesn't have to do that. He could take his 70-year-old body and camp out on the beach for days and not help anyone. But he chooses to continue to help.
Yeah, that's
and
so good.
I bet you he also donates for people in need.
Millions and millions of dollars. He's a tithing man, but he goes well above and beyond. He's had a huge impact. One of the reasons why I live in Monterey is because he lives not far from here. He lives in Pebble Beach. And so that's one of the reasons. And he's had a huge impact on this community. Most people don't know it's him. I will say that. He does it anonymously. But he's also donated a lot of money to his alma mater, San Jose State. He's helped them to build up their athletic center, their tennis courts, and their golf and other things. But like I said, he does a lot of it, majority of it anonymously. And I will say this, that one of my mentors said this to me: anyone who thinks that money is not important has never given it away. And when you can give out of abundance, now giving out of scarcity is different, but giving out of abundance is really such a powerful experience. If you want to upgrade your income, start giving. And if you don't have but $1, give that dollar. Maybe you've got some old books or different things that you can donate. But when you can give out of abundance, that it's energetically, it will transform you, mind, body, and spirit. That's all I'm going to say about that, because this show is not about me today. But
it does make you feel good. It makes you feel warm inside. It tickles your heart. And not just that, you're teaching other people to do it. You're teaching others to do it. It can be, I'll tell you, with my e-commerce business, I don't anymore. I just felt like I'm too old to be moving boxes, but I used to buy out closets from other people and storage units and stores that were going out of business. But some things, I didn't resell towels and blankets, but guess what? I donated them to our local SPCA. My husband went down there with bags of things for them every Saturday. He would take them. Now, that wasn't money, but I could have easily thrown that away. But why? When someone else can use it, even if it's a furry friend, give. If there's a button missing off of a shirt, I couldn't sell it, and I wasn't going to take the time to sew it back on. So I sent it out to the veterans home for the needy veterans and their families. Now, that wasn't money, but again, I could have easily thrown that away or donated it somewhere that they were going to resell it or whatever. That's important too. But for me, my husband was a veteran. So, and I know there's a lot of needy veterans. That's what we chose to do with our extra housewares and clothing and shoes and books or whatever we had that we couldn't sell.
Yeah,
You know, you
that's
can
so
give in
good.
so many ways.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I love that. And Miss Margaret says collaboration over competition. Yes,
Woo!
yes, and double yes every single day and twice on Sunday. And that equals your true power. I totally agree with you. And for me, when I think about that, I think that's something why sometimes people don't collaborate. They feel like they're competing. They want to be I call it being the est, meaning they want to be the star. They want to be the prettiest, the brightest, the smartest. Listen, we are not the est. You might be the est in something, but you're not the est in every category. And that is okay. And I think that it's part of our growth and our ability to really understand our worth and increase our identity. When we're looking at it from competition, it's because our identity is still low. We're really thinking of it as, it's going to impact our confidence and our self-worth, but really it does the opposite. I mean, look at what's happened here. And I promise you, we had no, like, I didn't tell Adana what to say on this at all. I said, is there anything you want to cover? Is there anything you want me specifically to ask you? But look at how much she's edified me through this process. And I'm just so humbled and grateful for her, but that's not part of the requirements for sure. But how good does it feel? Right? It feels so wonderful because I know it's coming from a genuine place. And she can do that because she understands her own power. By her edifying me, it doesn't take away from her ability to shine. In fact, to me, it makes you shinier because we say iron sharpens iron, as one woman or man sharpens another. So good
Absolutely.
stuff.
And I always say, look in the mirror. If you're thinking that someone's overpowering you, that's your thoughts.
Yeah.
So now it's time to empower yourself. Go look in the mirror. Why do you feel that way? And then
Nice.
learn from it. You know, I have a lady that I met on LinkedIn 2 years ago or more, over 2 years. I kept seeing her post and seeing her post and seeing her post. And I thought, I'm just going to message her and find out exactly what she does and if we can help each other. We have been virtual friends for all this time. She does very similar things that I do, but I do them different. She does her thing different. She is not my competition. I never see her as my competition. I learn from her, and I've had to go look in the mirror a couple times to say, why do I feel this way? Or how can she fill a room faster than I can fill a room?
Yeah.
It's all about the way you feel about yourself. You must have that self-confidence. And you know what? I'm That's why everyone needs a mentor and everyone needs a coach. I don't care what you do, you have to have those people that can power you up and be your cheerleader.
Yeah, I love that. You are so right. None of us know everything. There are blind spots for all of us. And recently, I started working with a coach for my LinkedIn, Paul. And my LinkedIn profile is I've worked on it for years. I paid people thousands of dollars, and I've ended up doing majority of it myself anyway. But he was able to find some little areas here. He said, we don't have to do heart surgery. It's just about making some little tweaks. It's really 2 degrees of separation from where you are to where you want to be. And when we're willing to make those little fine tunements and adjustments, that's what those mentors are for. And that's what those coaches are there for. I love that. So we're kind of winding down now. What is something that people just really should know when it comes to networking, just in general, whether they're, ready to teach a class on it or if they're just getting started? What's that common denominator, that common thread you can leave us with?
Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Keep it clear. I always say clarity clear. Be clear. Don't make it hard. People don't want to work hard anymore. People don't want to use their energy all in one thing. People don't want a lot of homework. If you're teaching a class, teach the class and do it in a way that it makes it so clear and so easy that when they leave you, they feel so empowered and that you gave them up and above, no matter if you're having coffee with them, if you're selling them that blue pen, if it's time. Remember, don't try to sell something when you first meet someone.
Yeah.
They must like, know, trust you, and be authentic.
I love that. That is so, so much wisdom in that. Be clear, keep it simple. We can't, we just don't have the bandwidth. So much is coming at us. And, just be you. Dr. Seuss says nobody's more youer than you. Be
Yes,
you.
yes. And I have this thing, and it's me only, it's not trademarked or anything. And I always say, Leah, you are the only you. Go out today and be the best you can be. That's my thing. If
Absolutely.
everyone did that, imagine what this world would look like.
Yeah.
And I
Stop
don't know
trying to be
about
other
you, Leah.
people.
I'm at an age and I didn't get it when I was raising my own children, but I get it now and I'm teaching my girls how to be a different kind of person, more open minded. I'd rather spend extra time with my girls, with my husband, with my grandchildren, with my fur friends. I'm so blessed. I have a German Shepherd, a Saint Bernard, and a Pomeranian, and they're all wrapped around my desk right now. I get to work at home.
That's so great. Yeah. I'm really blessed because my adult children still hang out with me. I know a lot of people might think it's a little strange, but me and my oldest son, we went to a wine walk recently. This was so funny. And we're there getting our tickets, and the lady goes, "Oh, here's yours, sir, and this is your friend." Like she didn't know, like, is this your wife? You're like, who is this person to you? And we just laughed because we were hanging out, we were talking. So I'm sure it seemed like we actually really knew each other, but she wasn't sure, like, well, is this your girl? Like, what's happening? But
Yes, but my husband took my two daughters, my grandson, and his girlfriend to the movies last week. Him and I had already seen the movie. So my girls wanted to go. So he took them, and I stayed home with the 5-year-old because it was a movie the 5-year-old had no business going to see. And one of my virtual friends said, well, didn't that make you feel awkward that they told you to stay at home? I said, well, number one, they didn't tell me to stay at home. I said, why don't you guys go to the movie? And I don't babysit my grandson. I don't watch my grandson. I have a play date with my grandson. Him and I went to Urban Air. Then we went to the Dollar Tree, which was his favorite thing in the world to do. I mean, $5 goes a long ways. And then we met them back at the movie theater when it was over. It was great.
yeah.
They had a great time. We had a great time. It's all about fulfilling your cup. Fill up your cup. It's all about the journey. Go live it and love it. If you don't love it, change it.
Absolutely. You can change it. I love that. Well, you've definitely changed our mind about networking and collaboration today. So, LaDonna, people see this, and I know they're going to see this. They're going to watch the replay. Please share this also. How do they reach out to you? And where's the best way for them to reach you? What's your best platform?
So I'm everywhere. I think I'm everywhere. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but LaDonnaMaccabee.com. You can find everything I do there. I also have a free gift for you. No obligations, just free gift. It is
Nice.
a bundle of goodies for your business. It's like 5 or 6 different downloads that can truly walk you through connecting, setting that foundation, networking, collaboration, how to do Google Sheets. I mean, there's so much there. You can go to LinkedIn and Facebook, message me, call me on the phone. My number's there. Just don't knock on my door. That's all I ask.
That's
But
great.
yes,
That's
I
great.
want you to reach out. Just reach out.
Awesome. Well, make sure to get that bundle for sure. And I will say this, we met because LaDonna reached out to me. And it's that 5 second of courage. She didn't know if I was going to be receptive or if I was going to answer her at all, or we have a common connection, and she made a comment about that relationship and opened that door. And then I thought, wow, this is incredible. She's got all this great information. You got to be on my show. I mean, things just really happen. And it can't happen, though, if you're not willing to have that conversation, to have that 5 seconds of courage and to make that introduction. So what's coming up for you really quick? And then we're going to end it up. So what do you have on the horizon? What's the LaDonna ending up this fourth quarter 2024 look like?
Well, you know what? I am all about strategically finishing 2024 up and way up and above where I left 2023. That's always everyone's goal, right? Rise up, but not just financially, but strength, family, home life. Don't forget that, because it all fits together. If you're not happy at home, not happy over here in your business either. I mean, it just fits in. I always have events going on. Monday, I have Monday Mojo this upcoming week. You'll find all that on my website at LaDonnaMcAbee.com as well. If you search my name, if you search the networking queen or networking expert, you'll probably find it on the Google search. It's not hard. Just go find me and let's start connecting.
Nice.
Who knows what we can do together?
Absolutely. You are really just one conversation away from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you so much, LaDonna. I'm really, really excited to have you. And we're definitely going to be doing a LinkedIn audio event together. So be watching for that. That's another thing that her and I are going to do together, because I know a lot of people need this information. And I just think you're an incredible resource. You're so giving of your time and of your information. Download that free bundle. Please like, comment, and share this. And also share this with someone else who's wanting to up-level their networking game, which is really all of us. Okay, everyone needs that. So with that being said, we appreciate your time. We love you. We thank you for tuning in. And we will see you all at the top, because we all know it is way too crowded at the bottom. Thank you, everyone.